Hello, still not partying people? I guess the last few days have been better than the last few weeks. I am hanging in there. I am well off of my lows and well off of my highs. So it will be a real uh, time consuming endeavor to get back to where I was in February, but that's just how it goes. Just wanted to check in real quickly about some of my names and give you an update on what I think is going on out there. I have nothing has changed in my views of the market and the real concern we're going to have in our economy. And if it was up to me, I would be kind of market neutral, but I don't really know how to hedge, so I'm not. And instead, I just kind of degross and denet, which is the same thing since I'm not hedged. I'm still pretty invested. I still have a margin balance. It's just much lower than it was a month ago. So as regarding my biggest names, they're all still the same. My biggest name is ARVN. Nothing has changed from my last video. Stock's up a little bit. We're just for ASCO at the end of May and potentially waking up any day to Pfizer, hopefully renegotiating their contract, their partnership. KROS, a lot of developments there, obviously. I don't know if since the last time we spoke, but ADAR1 filed a 13D on it, and things are rocking and rolling. Rocking and rolling? Rock and rolling. Things are rock and rolling over there. Now, that is by far a sure thing, as I've said before many times on here, because you have to have management and the board do what's right. But we'll see what happens. I'm pretty optimistic there, and I have not sold any of my stock there. Well, since the last month or whatever. I sold it down when I had to when I was degrossing and denetting last few weeks. Sage. I didn't mention that in my last video, but that's another one to email. You should email management. You should email management and the board, but really just the management team, and let them know how much you want them to complete a process with Biogen and how there is no outcome except for a sale to Biogen. I didn't mention that last time with the ARVN and the KROS emails. SWTX, I rebought some common there yesterday, and I also own some combos. So in June, I've sold 25 puts and I've bought 50, 60 call spreads. I got a 40-cent credit for that. Can't do that today. Today probably it'd be a 20 or 30-cent credit, I think, a debit, excuse me, to do that. Here's my thought process with SWTX. I think, well, it's very unlikely. I think the stock goes to $25, even in a formal break, whether that's an article or that is the company starting to do conference calls again. They should do earnings or have earnings in the next few weeks. We still don't have a press release for an earnings date. My belief there is that this will get sold. I just don't know whether it happens in a matter of weeks or in a matter of months or by the end of the year. The people that were looking to buy it should still be interested in buying it, even given all that's happened. And buying it at $37 versus buying it at $50 or $60 from a shareholder perspective, it's a very different risk reward. If you still think that the sale price will be in the same ballpark, which I think it will be, which is $60 to $70 range. So I bought back that common yesterday. Whether that was a mistake or not, who knows? It's a much smaller position than it was in the past, and I took huge losses on SWTX, both on April and March options, which I'll never get back, and on common. So even if it gets sold, I'll probably make back 10% of the losses that I had on it. I just wanted to make that clear that I am constructive on it at $37. I think that's about it. Nothing else has changed with anything else, I wouldn't expect to see squeeze outs anytime soon with WOW, though I still have a position in that, or SGRY, still have a position in that, but it's much, much smaller. And I'm very constructive on biotechs in general. I did a whole YouTube on XBI and just my views on biotech, and none of that has changed. So anyway, I don't know why I did this. Just thought I'd check in. Hope everyone's doing okay. And hopefully we get some good news on one of these names in the near future. Bye.